Well, we're off house hunting again today. We saw some shop houses just outside the town heading towards the Golden Triangle, so we're going to go and find out how much they are per month. We did actually have a look online. There's quite a lot of it. There are a number of really good realtor websites, but of course so much of what's available is in Chiang City, or should I say on the outer perimeters of it. Yeah, there's some really nice places, but some of it is a bit expensive. We did see one, actually a brand new 3-bedroom contemporary home. It had only been built 6 months and they wanted 12,000 baht a month for it, which is not bad. There's only a couple of downsides to it. One, it was in Chiang City, so quite a long way from here. And two, it was right next to the airport. Yeah, a bit of a downer really, but never mind, it's just a case of keep looking, and that's all we can do. So today, Pai, Fam and I, we're going to go off in the truck and go and have a scout around. We're going to go and have a look at those shop houses to start with. Well guys, we're just on the edge of Shenzhen town going towards the Golden Triangle. And these are the shop houses I was talking about. Now these here are just shop units, and they obviously face the main road, as you can see through there. Obviously not what we're interested in, because we're looking at the apartment. I mean, there's kind of just standard shop houses. There's nothing special about them. They all look the same to me, but generally they can be a lot cheaper to rent than actually renting a house. Pai's now trying to get hold of the owners and find out exactly what the rent on these are. So we won't know for a little while yet. And Pai spotted some signs as well as we were driving down, houses for rent. So we're going to go and look there as well. We're going to have a scout around. I can't say it's the most attractive place in the world, but I've seen worse. I just have to wait and see. I'm sure the apartments inside are just fine. At least they'll be sort of, you know, modern and clean. You know, that's the main objective here. And somewhere where there's not too much noise. Well, we just found another little place, and this is in Shenzhen town itself. A really tiny little soi, and it's got a compound, and there's a few houses in here, and there's a sign at the entrance saying for rent. Now we don't know which one and how big they are, so that's another number that's going on the list, and we'll see if we can't find out some more information. Looks quite quaint though. Looks quiet, that's the main thing. One of the best things about house hunting is that you obviously get to explore areas that you wouldn't normally go to. Now we're right at the back end of Shenzhen town, and when you get right in the back of Shenzhen town, there's lots of quiet little pockets and lots of ruins, and this is a perfect example of it. Just lovely, isn't it? It's hard to believe that, you know, probably 1,000 yards up the road that way is the main road where all the noise, hustle and bustle is. But yet down here, it is massively quiet. And of course you get these ruins just all over the place. Again, Shenzhen town is one of those places that just you know, bathing in history. You've got more over there, little ruins. What is nice is that you'll see on the ground here that they've got cycle paths, and you do get an awful lot of people cycling here. And there you go, more sort of ruins in a little tiny area that's nicely kept. It's really, really cool. So far we've taken about half a dozen phone numbers, so just a case of going home and starting ringing around and seeing what the prices are like. Again, there are properties to rent, and I've found that the further afield that we go, the easier it is, especially if you're going to move in around Chiang City. There's just so much to rent up there, Again, I did find one that was really very, very nice, but again, right next to the airport. Bit of a shame. Anyway, we're going to carry on looking and see what else we can find. It does make for an interesting day out, having a look round the little back roads, that's for a fact. Well, I just had an amazing lunch. Now, normally, as you guys know, I like my khao pat moo gob, but today I thought, no, we'll just try something different. So I had the chicken and cashew nuts. Unbelievably good. Just so tasty. And all for the pristine price of 80 baht, including the rice. You just can't knock it. I mean, what a great meal for, you know, for very little. Never ceases to amaze me the quality of food that this little restaurant turns out. And the owner, she is such a nice lady. There's a guy that hangs around here, and he's mentally handicapped. He's also homeless. But every day, according to the locals, that the woman who owns this place feeds him twice a day, just to make sure the guy has something to eat. And, you know, it's her way of paying merit and paying forward the kindness that she receives from her customers. You know, she does very, very well here. So, yeah, I think it's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Now, this is my ideal of a location. Just look at it. It may not be much, but for me, living somewhere like this is just like the icing on the cake with a cherry. It's just supremely beautiful and so quiet. We looked at the shop houses. The ones that we went to originally that you saw, they want between 10 and 15,000. Really depends on the location of the shop house. Some are slightly bigger than others. We looked at some other shop houses as well. They were 6,500 baht a month. The little house that we saw in the compound, that was only a room. They didn't say how much. There's no kitchen, no bedrooms, nothing. It's literally just a room. So we said, okay, thanks very much. Left it at that. But right now we just branched off on the main road to go through the little sort of back roads. Some of it out here is just beautiful though. Look at this though. Land prices and, you know, rent prices and house prices, it varies so much. It really does. I've got to be honest with you, at times I'm just absolutely shocked at the asking price. It just bears no relevance on any type of reality that I'm aware of. As you guys know, recently we was offered a farm at 1.2 million baht for the 12 rai. We've recently discovered through a telephone call Dad got that the asking price has now doubled. As a matter of fact, it's more than doubled. It's about 2.5 times the original asking price. So they say, you know, if we're still interested, we can buy it, but you know, that's you'll have to pay a lot more. As you go round the bend just there, there's a right of land, and we did actually ask them how much. And got to be honest, I was absolutely shocked when they said 5 million baht. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's just, again, it bears no relevance to any type of reality that I'm aware of. It just seems so vastly overpriced. And to give you an idea, there's a guy in our village, he's looking to sell a parcel of land, and it's slightly under a rai for 500,000 baht. So where they got the figure of 5 million from, I really don't know. And this is the thing here. Property prices in Thailand, and again, I've never seen any difference to anywhere I've ever been. There doesn't seem to be any continuity to it. There doesn't seem to be any real market price to it. It's just what people are basically prepared to pay. If somebody plucks a figure out the air and they say, "Yeah, okay, I'll give you that," that's about it. You know, it can be extremely frustrating, simply because you see something and go, yeah, that's got to be a reasonable price, and then it's not, or at least you don't think it is. So yeah, there doesn't seem to be any continuity in land or house prices at all. It just seems to be figures made out of thin air, but it's just one of the things that you have to put up with here. It's just the way it is. She thinks it's funny, look, 5 million baht for a rai land. Where did they get that figure from? No idea at all. It's a mystery, wrapped in a puzzle inside an enigma. That's what it is, and it'll have to remain that way.
No have the view, nothing. but in the around they want to sell 5 million, but you can see the view from the Mekong River. Yeah.
Yep.
But this one
Nothing to see. Just a bit of dirt. That's it. We are still thinking about it. You know, part of us is thinking, well, you know, why pay rent if you can afford to buy a little bit of land, you know, and then, you know, build over time. It does make sense. So, but it's just a case of having to find that little bit of land that's, that's affordable, that's realistic in its pricing, but we'll keep looking. Well, we've just come a little way down to the village, not far from the farm road. This piece of land, which is where all the corn is currently planted, is apparently up for sale. And it's about a rye. There was talk originally they wanted about 800,000 baht for it, but no takers. And word on the street now, the asking price is around about 500,000 baht. And again, you know, it just goes to prove that there is no real continuity to the prices of land, buildings, houses. It just isn't, you know. It really is a case of, you know, pick a number, any number, and hopefully somebody will accept that number. Yeah, it's kind of strange, I think. There is another property just across the road. Now, I pass this almost every day, obviously, because we have to go to the farm, and I really quite like it. I don't know how much land there is attached to it. Pi doesn't know either, but as you can see, the house is now almost derelict. You know, you've got plants growing out the roof. You can see holes in the roof, so I should imagine the inside is a bit of a mess. But there's something about this that I actually quite like. It's kind of just quaint. The chances are, if you were to buy it, you'd have to knock this down and rebuild, at least in part anyway. Maybe the walls are structurally sound, who knows? But yeah, I don't know. I just find anything like this sort of quirky, you know, and if it's quirky, then it's appealing. But again, how much land there is attached to this and the asking price, at this point, is anybody's guess. There you go. Well, that's about all from Pi and I today in our little house hunting expedition. Some good news, some not so bad news, and yeah, a little bit of progress made. At least, you know, we might be able to look at those shop houses. It's not overly expensive. Whatever you guys do, have a fantastic day and stay safe. And Pi and I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget, please subscribe, share and like. It does make a difference. And yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow. Bye for now, guys.
See you tomorrow.